Okay, so also James said that faith without works is dead. So
Okay.
how can we?
Okay. All right. So that's very good. That's very good. Interesting. All right. So you're talking about James chapter 2, right?
Yeah, James.
So James 2, um, 14 through 17. You want to read it? What translation are you reading?
This is CSB.
Oh,
So
interesting. Okay. So interesting that you're in the CSB. We started reading
yeah,
outside of the King James Version in the CSB.
yep.
Read it for a couple of years. Then I shifted to the New Living Translation, and now everybody seems to be the New Living Translation. But nah, read it in your translation. See what, to let
Okay,
us know what
so
it says.
James 2:14 and through 17. I'll read through
Yeah.
14 through 17.
Yeah.
It says, "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but does not have works? Can such faith save him? If a brother or sister is without clothes and lacks daily food, and one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, stay warm, and be well fed,' but you don't give them what the body needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith, if it doesn't have works, is dead by itself."
Yeah. So this is the interesting thing about this passage. I remember reading a book by James Tabor. I think he was at University of North Carolina. Incredible scholar, incredible archaeologist, who wrote a book arguing that Paul and James were actually disputing one another in the text. Um, and he had great arguments to validate that because on the surface it looks like they're contradicting each other, but they're not. They're really not contradicting each other at
Right.
all. If you look at Paul's argument, the central argument that Paul is making that would have been most relevant to the times that he's living in is that we are saved from works of the law. So Paul didn't have an issue with works at all. His issue in particular was works of the law of Moses, because the law of Moses is what people were thinking they had to be committed to, a covenant, along with their faith in Jesus Christ. So Paul does not in any way have an issue with works in general, even though the practical conclusion is that no works saves us. But his issue was more specific than that. Okay, so that's that. But then James even here has a different argument than most people are willing to acknowledge. And his argument here, if you look at chapter 2, it's actually the whole chapter is talking about respect of individuals who supposedly are a part of higher classes. Like it's actually an issue with prejudice. You see it in chapter 2, verse 1. He starts it, "My dear brothers and sisters, how can you claim to have faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ if you favor some people over others?" That's the context. So Paul is not even looking at this as a salvific issue. He's looking at it more as a communal or an ecclesiastical issue. Like, how do we dwell with one another? If we claim to have faith, our faith should be outwardly working for the benefit of the people who are part of the community, right? That train of thought continues from chapter 2, verse 1, all the way to the end of chapter 26. And he begins to argue that you should do things to help people and benefit them. And if you have real faith, then you'll be doing that. This is why he concludes that faith without works, what kind of works? Good deeds towards other, is dead. What he's saying is that those who have been justified by faith should also be motivated by that same faith to help other people out. He's not trying to argue that you need faith to prove your salvation. You need works to prove your salvation. He's ultimately saying that if you have faith that has saved you, you should have that same faith that will do good deeds for other people. And if you don't have that kind of faith, then your faith is dead.